Sacanagem.
Phelps! We captured 2 regular army.
Lieutenant!
Phelps, we've been over this. That sniper barely missed you back on the beach. Until the mission is over, there'll be no more saluting or signs of rank.
I'm in charge here, Medier!
Do you wish to interrogate the prisoners?
No, they're beat. Why they look so sullen? They're wondering why we haven't killed them yet. There's no greater shame than being taken prisoner.
Get this, Golden Boy actually seems to know what he's doing.
あなた方の階層と名前を名乗ってください。
第44大部隊所属兵だ。
キッシュマン、何様だと思ってるんだ。
See that, boys? He slapped that Jap right upside the head.
It was merely to remind him of his place. His shame was the tone of voice that he used with a superior. I respect the Japanese, Corporal.
Respect, we're here to kill the sons of bitches.
Do you know why we are fighting the Japanese, Private?
With respect, sir, these bastards attacked Pearl Harbor.
And why did they attack Pearl, Private?
Because they hate the US of A and our way of life.
They attacked the U.S. because we cut off their oil. What would we do if another country denied us the gas to run our cars?
Não tenho muito o que falar sobre a guerra que ocorreu entre eles aí até chegar aquela bomba.
Ah, Phelps. I was just discussing with Finbar here how well you were doing. Have a seat.
Agora sente-se.
Yeah, my real name. And you can just forget all about it.
You boys have a new case. A poor Hispanic woman murdered near City Hall and left lying naked in an alleyway.
Another naked woman, sir?
Yes. We seem to have had quite a run of them since the Dahlia fiend first struck.
Phelps is politely trying to hint that he thinks the Mendez case is hokey.
Well, young Phelps, you win some and you lose some in police work.
You're happy with the Mueller case, sir?
Over the moon, boys! The DA couldn't be more pleased with the evidence, the witness, and the lack of an alibi. Get out there and catch me another sinner.
Cara, vão provocar, né, mano? É. Poderia ter ficado quieto. O que vai provocar? Até eu levei junto esse fumo. Ah, não, você dirige.
You can drive.
Isso.
You know the way. You can drive.
Você vai dirigir, eu não vou não. Folgado da porra.
You have the address?
It's the alley off Aliso between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, Phelps. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to their desk.
Yeah, it means they can pop in to hit the office supply of hooch whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad
Você tá perto da
idea.
polícia,
That is not a bad
o cara
idea
tá
at all.
fazendo isso pra provocar a polícia, né? Porque não tá resolvendo os casos dele, o caso dele. Só pode.
Detectives, they're ready to start the show. I'll take you through.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Brothers, Pinker.
Cause of death is pretty apparent. We thought we'd best wait for you. When you're ready.
Louco, mano. Era uma caixa inteira de cigarro. Meia suja.
If she took a blow to the head like the others, she was probably unconscious when strangled.
Meia ensanguentada. Fazer uma prova aqui. Ela foi arrastada, né, mano?
May as well follow the trail.
Tem um nome ali dentro. Antônia.
It's a start.
Antônia. Ah. Tem alguma coisa a ver com aquela porta ali também.
Lacerations on the neck would indicate a great deal of force. Only 21 years old. But why the library card? Did he want us to find it?
Cara, eu meio que suspeito. Nossa.
Another wedding ring torn from the finger. No skin under the
Arrancou o
fingernails.
couro junto. Eu suspeito que o serial
Kiss the blood.
possa ser um policial, cara. Beije o sangue, acho que é isso.
The evidence in the Mueller case was solid. I'm not convinced about Mendez.
The best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a month's salary this is a copycat.
Strangled, battered.
Yeah. We know the M.O. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out. I've spoken to Brown. He still believes the Dahlia perp has medical experience.
4 women, all murdered, all put on display, all with messages.
Mueller had no message. Look, Phelps, this is getting us nowhere.
Anything for us to go on, Mal?
Head injuries from contact with road, bruising from a small man's shoe, further blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the base of the skull. Could have been fatal, but clear signs of strangulation would seem to rule it out.
Lipstick appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a brand.
What now?
Take a look around and see what you can find.
Pega nessa porta aí. Ver se tem alguma coisa pra cá.
All these cops, it's gotta be something big, right? You got it.
Seems like a nice boy, putting all those hoodlums in jail. I don't think you're a fool, but what's my opinion against thousands
não.
of others?
Não mudou nada. Provavelmente aqui ela foi golpeada.
On it goes.
We kept the area pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
House keys strung up like bait on a hook.
Os caras tá provocando ainda, velho.
You think he's trying to lead us somewhere?
Probably all the way to City Hall, that brazen son of a bitch.
Vambora. Ah, isso daí a gente já viu.
wrinkled was not one of the things I wanted to be when I grew up.
Vamos ver quanto que o preguiçoso chega aqui em nós aqui.
I swear, this town is going straight to hell. I'm busy here, Phelps. I'm busy here, Phelps.
Tá ocupado aí, tá?
I'm stumped. Ideas?
Keep looking, Phelps. We get enough and we can start retracing the killer's steps.
Então tá pedindo pra gente continuar, então. Número 5. Não. Mas aqui tem sangue ainda. Vou ver de onde veio.
That's got to be a code or a cipher.
Where are you taking us?
Esse serial killer tá provocando, hein?
Mrs. A. Maldonado. Could it be Antonia Maldonado?
He clearly wants us to find these things. He left them for us.
Oh.
There you go, Phelps. You got a new MO. I told you it wasn't our guy.
Or he might just be getting more confident.
Ah, tem mais lá embaixo.
Enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her.
Caramba. O cara matou um porco e tá carregando sangue com ele, porque...
Pulled from the finger and hung up here. What's the significance?
Ah, pior que ele tá zoando com a gente, né?
Looks as though the killer was decorating with this.
Caramba, o cara tira sangue das vítimas e sai marcando parede e tudo. É o restante dela.
Son of a bitch wants her identified. Mrs. Antonia Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street, downtown.
Aí eu dirijo.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
You drive.
Não, você
I need to go over the
dirige. Sai
case
fora.
notes.
Cara sem vergonha. Tô de Uber dele agora, toda hora.
It was Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's affirmative.
All right, so then there's a husband we should be looking for. Get him, and we've closed the case.
Rusty's razor, of course. I don't want to question your tried and tested techniques, Detective Galloway. But doesn't the DA require sound casework before he'll close the book?
He's got a confession. And, you know, there's ways of getting it.
I'm sure.
Cara, jogando essa merda.
Wait just a moment. I'm sorry. Can I help you?
Can I help
LAPD,
you?
ma'am. Detective Phelps and Galloway. Does Mrs. Maldonado live here?
Yes, she does. I'm Mrs. Barbara LaPente, the owner of this boarding house. Is there a problem?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. Do you mind if we come in? Is there somewhere we can discuss this?
Of course. Follow me through to the parlor. Wipe your feet as you come in, detectives. It's this way.
Okay.
Mrs. Maldonado was found dead this morning.
Dead? Oh, no. She can't be.
I'm afraid she was murdered, ma'am. We need to take a look at her things.
I can't believe it. A person seems so alive, and then they're gone. Antonia's room is upstairs, last door on the left.
Ótimo, porta esquerda.
We'll be back shortly.
Excuse us a moment, ma'am. Hey,
Vamos fuçar.
Cole, let's get moving.
Yes.
Look at that. Someone's turned the place over.
The charm bracelet wasn't among the crime scene evidence.
A pessoa rouba pra vender, ou ela rouba não, né? Mata e pega pra vender, ou ele faz souvenir, né? Eu acredito que seja nesse caso.
The smashed window explains why the place looks tossed.
You know how I feel about windows, Phelps.
Questionar ela lá.
We have some questions, ma'am, if you're up to it.
Yes, detective. I'll do my best.
Espero que sim.
What time did Antonia go out yesterday?
She left around 9.
Do you know where she went?
No, I have no idea. She was a good girl, but she didn't confide in me.
É verdade, vamos.
Come on, Mrs. LaPente, you must have some idea.
Maybe a movie? Maybe church. She was a very religious girl.
Acerta uma pergunta.
You've had a break-in?
No, that can't be true.
The window's broken, the room's been tossed. You seem like the type of landlady who notices everything that happens under her roof. What gives?
Don't take that tone of voice with me, young man.
Eita, nossa.
Antonia and her
Por que eu não
husband
vou acertar
were
nenhuma
estranged?
pergunta, velho?
Yes. She moved here after she separated from her husband 2 months ago.
But Antonia still wore a wedding ring?
She wore the wedding ring and a necklace. She always wore a religious necklace. That's about all of her jewelry.
Da intuição, porque... a comunidade. Mira.
What about her bracelet?
I don't know anything about a bracelet.
In her wedding photo, she's displaying a charm bracelet.
That thing? She never wore it. He gave it to her. She always kept it in that wooden jewelry box.
Oh, acertei.
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to hurt Mrs. Maldonado?
That rat of her husband, Angel. She was serving him divorce papers.
If I killed every wife to serve me papers, I'd be a mass murderer.
Are you being flippant, young man?
No, ma'am.
Toma esse fumo aí.
What can you tell us about Angel Maldonado?
She married him when she was 17. He was cruel to her, very cruel. She was a good girl, little on the religious side, but a good girl.
Thanks, ma'am. You've been very helpful.
Pay a call to that husband of hers. Lock him up and throw away the key.
I've said it right from the start. We should come down hard on the husband. Let's check his place out.
Lá vai nós pegar o marido de novo pra Cristo.
You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
O que era mesmo?
Help me out.
No need to be gentle with the prime suspect. Kick down the fucking door.
Qualquer porta dele. Quero saber qual que é o cômodo.
I'm at a loss.
No need to be gentle with the prime suspect. Kick down the fucking door.
Andar?
Phelps, this could
Okay.
turn ugly. Forget about knocking. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Hey, what the fuck?
LAPD, motherfucker, you're under arrest. I got 100.
Come quietly, Mr. Maldonado.
Now look. What do you think?
I got nothing.
Nossa, tomei de... Tomei sobrando besta.
They got some decent shots in there. Cuff these sons of bitches, Phelps.
LAPD, you two are under arrest. Call for some backup, Finbar.
Mas aquele ali não tá algemado.
Galloway, badge number 564. I need a prowl car at the apartment building 330 North Hill Street. 2 suspects need transporting to Central.
Your wife has been murdered, Angel.
Antonia? Oh, God, no!
Where were you last night, Angel?
I was here with my brother the whole night, goddammit! You think I'd kill my own wife?
We should get the whole place going over, then talk to the neighbors. And Phelps, I don't care that you just got smacked in the head. You don't call me Finbar.
Peraí. Tem alguma coisa na roupa suja? Não, aqui não tem.
Just picked fruit market. I wonder if Angel gets all his groceries from this place. The El Dorado.
Tem que ir num bar agora. Aí o velho vai querer ficar bebendo uísque lá.
This will take some explaining.
Mas eu acho que ainda não são eles. Eles vão falar que isso aconteceu de uma briga.
Notice of Angel's movements. He's got no alibi. He's toast.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
No good. There's nobody here.
Vamos ver no outro aqui. Tem mais um aqui do lado.
What do you want?
LAPD. We're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
Sorry about that. I'm playing with my kids.
LAPD, were you here last night?
Yeah. My wife and I are separated, and I had the kids last night. I put them to bed early and went to bed myself.
Thanks.
Ninguém vê nada nesse lugar.
Hello?
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear a disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, Miss?
Aranda. I had the door open a crack.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No. I didn't.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
The hired help at the El Dorado might have seen the broad the night she died. Maybe the regulars, too. You should check it out.
Peraí, o que você falou?
So what next?
E pro bar?
The hired help at the El Dorado might have seen the broad the night he died. Maybe the regulars, too. You should check it out.
Hey, that's that cop. Looks like a decent guy.
You're behind the wheel.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Car 11K, car 11K, come in. Car 11K, car 11K, come in. Car 11K, car 11K, come in.
KGPL, 11 King, over.
11K, Captain Donnelly and Detective Sergeant Finis Brown urgently request your presence at Central. A new letter has been found.
11K, en route.
Vou mudar um pouco essa luz aqui que. Nossa. O azul tava. Meu olho tá queimando, velho.
The captain is waiting for you downstairs with Pinker.
E ainda?
Drink. I got the jitters again.
Advice?
If the brass are handling Dahlia evidence, they'll have it locked up in the tech services section. Let's go.
Oh, Susie, you are so bad.
He's the cop that arrested that movie producer. It's about time some of those movie people went to jail. I think they're untouchable.
É fumo, certeza.
Boys get any on the side.
Vou levar fumo agora.
Boys, come on in. Phelps, have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
This information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the back seat of a cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all the fares back 24 hours regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and type from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also
Tá parecendo
new. A
o
poem,
assassino do
hand
Zodíaco.
typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
I got this gadget whiz putting recording devices into the plates for him.
That's the message from the Celine Henry case.
Teve a chance de mudar meu mundo.
Keep upon thy soul by virtue of this curse.
Vai, continua.
That's why we called you in.
Do you think it's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nutjob's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley? Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what has it got to do with the case?
Ela sabe até recitar
Prometheus
poema.
Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a superhuman character who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
The Dahlia guy believes he's Superman.
Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
He could have got the wording from the papers. As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't
Cara, esse
interviewed him
caso tá
yet.
dando trabalho, hein?
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
Bronco, can you give me a hand? I got a heart.
Vamos ver se a gente acerta alguma pergunta do Anjo Maldonado aqui.
I'm going to memorize your name and throw my head away. Seems like a nice boy, putting all those hoodlums in jail.
Tá nessa.
Parker or Green?
I don't know who they were.
Phelps, you mind coming here and doing your job for a second?
Cadê tu? Ah, tá.
Olive oil comes from olive.
Improved your attitude,
Do nada ele
Angel?
some.
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment, and that was the last time I saw her.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
Levei susto aqui.
You're lying, Angel. You went after her. I think you killed her.
You're out of your mind. My brother will tell you I was at home.
We have a witness who confirms that you were arguing, that your wife ran out, that you followed her and didn't come back.
I know this looks bad, but it's not true. We argued, all right, but she went out and I went out after her and she jumped in a car on the corner.
There was a car waiting for her? Can you describe the driver?
Not the driver. It was too dark. But the car, it was a brown Ford Coupe.
Acertamos já uma. Já vai ajudar agora na investigação.
When we found your wife, her jewelry had been removed. Was she wearing her religious medallion last night?
Sure. She always wore that.
What about the charm bracelet? Was she wearing that?
You know about that? She never wore it. She didn't like the message. She kept it locked up in that box of hers.
Acertamos mais uma.
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
Que dúvida.
Angel, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. Give me something or I'm going to have you charged.
My brother, Ippolito, he said some bad things about Antonia last night. So I had to sock him one. We got into it.
Keep talking.
She said she came from the El Dorado bar.
And?
It's not one of my places. We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just picked fruit. Ord Street downtown.
Acertamos mais uma.
You and your wife weren't getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
Bora. Eu tentei a verdade e a mentira. Qual que é a verdade?
You deny killing your wife?
Of course I deny it. Why would I kill my woman?
One last question.
Errei.
Do the words kiss the blood mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell. You should think about whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
Bronco, give me a hand. I got a hard case I gotta break.
What do you think?
The hired help at the El Dorado might have seen the broad the night she died. Maybe the regulars, too. You should check it out.
Tem que ir pro bar mesmo, do mesmo jeito. Já sei que ele vai beber o uísque e vai largar na mão. Fica vendo.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Damn. Eu não vou dirigir não, ele que vai.
Can you drive to this one?
And where exactly are we going?
You don't think it's strange that all these murders are happening to girls who've been out drinking?
No, no. A broad
Tô olhando
drinks.
pro lado
She
porque
gets a
o
bit tight, she
pai
starts
eletrônico do
mouthing
meu
off.
filho fica comigo, então
This leads to that, and she ends up in an
ele tá
alley.
dando uma mexida aqui.
Sad story, but this town's seen it play out 1,000 times, Cole.
Why don't you want to see a connection here?
Because there are perfectly good real-life suspects for every one of these murders. We don't need to go looking for the monster in his bed.
What can I get you?
LAPD. Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
Diego Aguilar. How can I help?
You worked the bar last night?
Yeah. Me and a temp guy from the agency.
Did you have a woman in here last night? 21 years old, Hispanic, drinking heavily?
We have a lot of ladies like that in here. But yeah, I know who you mean. Antonia Maldonado. Oh, what did she do?
She was murdered last night.
Oh, shit.
Do you know her well? Was she a regular?
Hell no. She was good and tight last night, complaining about her old man. It's a story you get used to working in a bar. She was so hammered last night, she left a letter on the bar. I'll show you.
Say, honey,
O
what
que ela
time do you get
fala?
off waiting table?
Divorce papers. Did you open them?
No need to. She was shouting about it and waving the letter around. Said she was gonna show him.
Meteu o pé então.
Did Antonia say where she was going when she left?
She said she was gonna serve the papers on the husband. Said that would take the smile off his face. If you ask me, she was scared. And the drink was for Dutch courage.
She attract any interest?
An extremely drunk young woman? What do you think? She managed to scare them off, though.
Acho que já
Can you remember what
Isso aqui eu vou
jewelry
errar,
she was wearing?
certeza.
She had a necklace. Some kind of religious thing, I think. The temp guy would have more of an idea. She took the beer he served her and cried into it all night.
What time did she leave?
Can't say for sure.
Did she leave with anyone?
No. She wanted a cab, but my payphone ain't working, so I couldn't call her one.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
No problem. Hey, get the guy, will you?
We'll do our best. One last question. What size shoe do you take, Mr. Aguilar?
A broad 9. I have wide feet.
Where's that goddamn waitress?
Do you mind if I get back to my bar?
Não, vai lá, vai lá, vai lá.
You want a tip?
You can drive.
Coffee next time, honey.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Any ideas?
Search around. If Antonia was as messed up as we hear, maybe she left physical evidence as well as witnesses.
You ought to meet Joe's buddy. He's nice.
Really? A waitress. Can I have another spoon?
Pensar.
Son,
Procurar por
you're
aí.
a couple of slates short of a full roof.
Tá bugando já.
I got a call back for that Universal Chorus line.
What now?
Search around. If Antonia was as messed up as we hear, maybe she left physical evidence as well as witnesses.
Então tem que.
My eggs running.
I'm stumped. Ideas?
Search around. If Antonia was as messed up as we hear, maybe
sei.
she left physical evidence as well as witnesses.
Ou alguém falar.
Sam is taking me to Palm Springs for the weekend.
Ou. Aí.
So,
How's your tuna fish salad?
Fala de serviço. Ver se a gente acha alguma evidência, né?
You're gonna see your married man again.
Advice?
Ah, de
Search
perguntar
around.
conselho, velho.
Antonia was as messed up as we hear. Maybe she left physical evidence as well as witnesses.
I think he's a bit of a gangster. He treats me nice.
Estranho, mano. Será que tem alguma coisa a fundo?
You ought to meet Joe's buddy. Nice. Hey.
Sir, do you work
Ah,
here?
tá.
Sorry, pal, just making deliveries.
From where?
Just Pig Fruit Market across the street.
The fruit market delivers here?
Yeah, sure does. The Mexes love a little slice with their tequila.
We found a crate a lot like the ones you're wheeling there, except it was filled with booze. You know anything about that?
What? No, we deliver all over the place, officer. No telling where the boxes end up. Excuse me, I have to get on with this.
Fine, thanks.
He's a waste in the police force. Good-looking boy like that should go into politics.
Ah, o corno agora vai ser pra dirigir.
Another letter? I thought the letter was from a nut.
These letters, Brown and Hanson believe they are genuine. Yeah.
Now we sent another.
You know, I really hate this this Black Dahlia guy. You seen the body? Fucking cased us.
Chegamos junto com ele.
The handbag was left just up there, overlooking the market.
Could have come here from the start and saved ourselves a day's legwork.
Are you working Friday night? We should go out afterwards. I got a call back for that Universal Chorus line.
Sir, Wait, you look familiar.
Hey, from the bar, right? What brings you here?
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney. What can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
Where did she go from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up and she got into that.
Já é uma...
Can you describe the car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think. She seemed to know the
Batendo
guy.
com as informações do outro.
The young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
You already knew Mrs. Maldonado, didn't you, Clem?
Sure, I met her before. She seemed like a nice lady. Her husband went apeshit one day when he caught me talking to her. She hadn't been back until last night.
Acertamos duas.
She was wearing a necklace?
2 de 3.
I
Vamos ver
didn't
se a gente
notice.
acerta outra.
You weren't paying attention, Feeney?
Hey, you're getting the wrong idea.
What about a charm bracelet?
No, can't say I noticed that.
Do you mind if we look around?
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Hey, don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
Clem? Shh.
So what next?
This kid sells bananas for a living. What has he got to hide? Search the place, Phelps.
Procurar em tudo isso. Banana.
just don't know how to dance to bebop.
Engraçado que só eu procuro, o outro ele fica de braço cruzado.
Are you working Friday
Na
night?
frente.
We should go out afterwards. I got a callback for that Universal Chorus line.
Ah, pleura. Cadê esse daí? Caramba, não tá indo não, mano.
No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
So what are we hiding in here? This thing needs a combination.
Yeah. Vamos ver se a gente tem alguma informação de combinação, né?
Why cut someone who was already dead?
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. You must have seen it during the war. This fruit stall punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off.
Clem!
Vamos descobrir o segredo.
God damn it, get after him, Cole! I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps. When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own market.
Maybe one to be caught. A lot of them do.
It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's no such thing as too perfect. Hit him, Cole! Spin him out! I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. Hit him! Clean this asshole off the road.
Eu tô achando que ele é o serial killer. E dentro daquela caixinha que tem segredo lá é... É a caixinha que ele tem, que ele usa como souvenir dos natos.
Outstanding job on this case, gentlemen. The poor woman can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fiend a personal visit myself and remind him that crime in this city does not go unpunished. When they finish with him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury. I have a meeting this afternoon with the mayor lads. I'll be sure to mention your names. Now, on your way.